everyone, I'm Maddie and Nick, together from Temple of Geek here at San Diego Comic-Con, and we are talking to the creators of The Dragon Prince.
Hello.
Can you guys introduce yourselves to our audience?
Go ahead.
I'm Aaron. I'm one of the co-creators of The Dragon Prince.
I'm Justin, the other co-creator.
Are we supposed to say our last names?
Oh, Justin Richmond.
Aaron Ehasz. I know why I said that. It's really
There will be a
visual.
trivia
My
after
social
this.
security number. 4, 3, 7, 2. No, I can't say it. They'd have to guess the next 5.
We'll get it from you afterwards.
That's okay, that's great. How does it feel being here at Comic-Con celebrating the next chapter of The Dragon Prince?
It's awesome. I love Comic-Con. It's super. This show is amazing. You're getting to hang out with the fans is like it's something that doesn't happen very often, right? So we get to see in person, we get to meet up with all these people and talk to them, which is something we just don't get to do. Plus, being able to come out and say like we're making more stuff is very exciting. So.
It's energizing. We just did a signing about an hour ago, and people come through. And like one of the hard things about our signings is people wait a long time, but part of that is like we want to talk to people and find out where are you from, and they talk about like. Anyway, a lot of people share about what the show has meant to them or their family, and it's really meaningful. It's nice to be able to have those interactions, and so I'm always really happy. And,
now we get people.
And a lot of people are repeats.
Yeah,
so it's
repeats.
like, oh, it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
and
it's awesome. It's very
Get to
nice.
see people at the panel dressed up.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
Yeah.
characters.
Oh, and we've seen people who were like cosplayers years ago who are here with their babies now, and it's like, what I mean? It's like.
There was a baby
really cool.
today. Well, it wasn't today. The kid was walking around. The last time we saw them, it was like in a.
Well, we knew them before they were having
before
babies.
they even had a baby. Yeah, exactly. So that was really cool. Yeah.
So after the success of The Dragon Prince, you get to explore now this new chapter. What are some of the aspects that you're excited about to explore now that it's been, can I say, 7 years?
Yeah. 7 years, 19 days. Exactly.
But who's counting?
Who's counting?
Who's counting?
Go ahead, you want to go?
Nope.
I'm going to go. All right.
You go.
Everything. No, it's super cool because we get this opportunity now to take the characters. The last time we saw them, many of them were late teenagers or early teenagers or not even teenagers, and now we're in. Some of them are in their mid-20s. Some of the older characters are in their 50s, 60s. So, moving everybody forward in that way lets you, reset a bunch of things about them. And they'll still be themselves, obviously, but it's going to be really, really fun to be able to play in a kind of a totally different sandbox with the same characters. And that's going to be really fun.
And can you tell us some of the familiar characters that we might end up seeing in this new chapter?
I had a trolling answer. I'm not going to do it.
What's your trolling
Give
answer?
it to
Well,
us.
we know a couple of them.
Shirt and Turbia are going to be back.
Yeah.
The Guardians from Rex's.
Yeah.
They're unemployed now.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
We're
bro.
looking for a lot of the series is really about Shirt and Turbia trying to find new work.
Perfect.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, pretty much most of the characters we know are back. I can't think of any exception in particular. Perhaps we'll spend some actual time with the Crow Lord. I don't know. Again, we're being trolly. But no, everyone is back. I mean, part of it is it's very culminating, which is to say, Ezrin and Zim, obviously you can see the image, are, Zim is not even full grown, but he's already massive. He's going to be bigger than his dad when he's full grown. But he's very powerful, and Ezrin's become very powerful, and they are making the world the way they want to make it. And they're changing the world, and they really, really are doing it. It's like Ezrin's always been able to talk about it, but now for the last 7 years, they've had a chance to really build something new in Xadia. But there's this new character,
Right.
who is a significant challenger and a disruptive force that is going to manifest, and that's a big part of what they're dealing with. I don't know. So that's
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are we
Callum's going to be super powerful.
Yeah.
Callum's got a couple more arcana. I don't want to say how many, but he's like almost archmage. I don't know. He's like Avatar.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Gotta catch them all. Pokemon
gotta
Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's really cool. So are we going to see any dynamic changes or possibly any deep explorations of these familiar faces in this new chapter?
Yes. 100%. So, because of the time difference and because of what the characters have been through, you're going to see totally different parts of these people that we haven't seen before, for sure, which is super exciting to explore.
You mentioned the panel. I have to go back to that you created the character Callum based on Jack being hired, what were the thoughts in wanting to create Callum for the specific actor?
I mean, I don't know exactly what it's so. I mean, some of it is very basic, which is just like I loved working with Jack on Avatar, and Justin and I had been honestly, I think it might have been literally 10 years ago at a Comic-Con. We were on a fan panel and we were just like jamming with Jack afterward. We were like,
Yeah,
oh,
let's
damn, that
do
guy's
a thing.
funny. He's so smart. He's awesome. I'm sorry to curse on your
No,
thing.
you're okay.
It's fine. Anyway, and we were working on this new story, and I think we had a character that was ish in the category, but we were like, we got to make this. This is Jack's character. We got to figure out how Callum matches and merges with Jack as we wrote him out. So that's kind of how just. I think a lot of writers and creators, you start to find people you like working with, and they become a kind of basis for how you think about the creative and how you plan. You know, it was easy to plan for a character that kind of we could be co-creating with Jack because we knew his voice and by the way, like we underestimated. I knew he was wonderful, but we underestimated his capability. Even then, I mentioned in the panel how much I've learned from him in the last 7 years working on this show. So yeah, he's incredible to work with.
Yeah, that's cool. How has he brought a fresh perspective on this character as the series has gone on?
He's constantly pushing for a level of authenticity to who Callum is and how he's changing and what Callum is grappling with, how Callum is growing, and he pushes on it every script, every record. He's asking questions and you know, you can hear it in his voice, you can hear it in his presence, but also he gives you, like Jack gives you enough like insight into his process when you're working with him that you can get a sense of how he's approaching it and what he's trying and be a part of that. I don't know how exactly to describe it, but it's like it's as a performer and an actor, he's really a creator. He's really amazing.
In having written Dragon Prince, and I'm sure there were things that you wanted to explore that the story just didn't have time for, a lot for, but are there things now with the new show, kind of ideas that you wanted to kind of take forward that you can actually bring into this new saga?
Oh, me?
Sometimes the questions are such great questions. Yeah. It's like, oh, god damn. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think...
How do I get an A with my answer?
Right, exactly.
You passed by us.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
No, I think we'll have more opportunities to explore different parts of people's personalities, right? Because they've changed in the time. So, you know, we will be able to go to different places with different characters. I'm trying to speak generally, because but generally speaking, like, you will see different sides of these people that you haven't seen before, and that's really interesting, right? And so, just because of the situation they're in and the way the world has changed, you automatically sort of get this cool ability to go in and have different kinds of conversations, and they care about different things now, and what was important when they were 15 is maybe less important to them when they're 25 and stuff like that. So
I also want to see a lot more of Xadia. We want to see parts of the world we haven't seen. I want to see creatures and dragons and mysteries and myths come to life that we haven't spent as much time on. So I want, like, we've done kind of all this suggestive world building where you have a sense of what's out there and you've seen the maps and things like that. I want to visit. I want to be there. I want to, like, spend an expensive budget getting us through all these beautiful magical places. Yes. Part of it is, like, we want the Dragon King to be a culmination of this experience and this journey. So we want there to be, we want to see the spells, and we want to see, you know, the parts of the world we haven't seen, and that's part of my hope, is I want it to be just like constantly
new cool stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. So I know we're supposed to give
that was the original
answer.
name.
We're supposed to give
the new cool stuff.
Yeah. We're supposed to give the answer about the character's growing and everyone's really just changing, and that's true.
See more
we love our characters, but yes, totally more spells, more magic creatures.
Right, there's no right or wrong answers here, guys. This is great. We want to hear from you. It's perfect. Yeah. So when you guys are world building, I always want to know, because as a writer myself, how do you keep yourselves organized in, like, how the worlds are created, the magic systems, and all of that?
You just have to be a mega genius and hold it all in your massive creative intellect. No, that's
obviously
not true. I mean, part of it is, like, partnership does help a lot, whether that's a writing partner or partnerships with other people who are helping you build it out, whether they're artists or we have an amazing writing team. To call out, I'll just call out two kind of head writer, Devin Giel, her husband Ian Hendry, have been with us since the beginning, and pretty much remember everything that we forget all the time in detail.
One of the four of us will have a memory of it.
Yeah, and so having a great team who you trust and who cares, is really helps a lot with world building. I don't know how someone like George R.R. Martin does it in his own brain. He must have that mega brain genius thing. But it's slow, man, at some point. So
no, that's right. I mean, Tony Gilroy told this amazing story about this exact thing,
then he has
which was
should have just craved
his kid. It was his son, and so his son, he's watching. He's watching the dailies, or he read a script or something, and he's like, "Well, where's the whole part about rebellions being built on hope?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "That's what he says in Rogue One." And he's like, "Oh, right." And then they went back and completely changed a whole part of the story to be like, it's like somebody who's a fan who just remembered the thing. And so being able to get to Wikipedia and all these other things, or the fan wikis and stuff, are oftentimes very handy to be like, wait, what was the exact spell he said in this exact thing, and how did it work, and all that stuff. So, sorry, I cut you off.
No. And part of world building interacts with, one of the great things about working in animation is team building is world building, right? And especially our process has always been that we're not kind of visionary architect creators who are handing down the law on tablets, but hopefully we are inviting our team into the process, inviting artists and the animators and the writers to be a part of building it together. And so I think when you do that, the world is being built by all of us. And so it's a real blessing to be able to have a lot of creative people around you who are building new things and stretching your ideas and pushing and challenging your ideas. So that's been one of the lucky things about the Dragon Prince and our team.
We tried the tablets, but I kept dropping them.
Ah, dang.
Smashing. Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Well, it's been 7 years and 19 days, and so you had the. Now I'm gonna have to say it.
It's the Prince song, right? It's been 7 years. We got to do it. Someone please do it.
The Dragon Prince song.
Nothing compares to the Dragon Prince version.
And it's just this is the Prince symbol in the background.
And so with the world itself in the Dragon Prince, everything was kind of destabilized for most of that show, and now we've had 7 years to kind of grow and develop. What is kind of paint a picture of where the world is at when we come into the Dragon King?
Well, I think I would say it. I think so. Everkind is being built, right, and so that's a huge, different kind of place that's never been seen before, really, in Xadia, which is this settlement that's becoming this huge city that's built on the border between what were two warring territories, right, by people of both sides of all the different kinds of cultures that are going to melt there. And so that to me is really interesting. There's something very fun and cool about we're resetting, right? We're not going back to Katalas, although Katalas is still there, right? We're not going back to the Sunfire camp. We're going to this place that's for everybody. And there's obviously going to be challenges around that, right? Trying to build a place that's on the border. There's still going to be people that have different kinds of ideas about how you do that. And so that's really interesting, I think. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wonderful. This series has such beautiful representation, queer representation, characters of color, characters of all different abilities. How did you approach creating such a wonderfully diverse cast of characters?
Opportunity. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's just a creative opportunity to fill the world with a lot of different kinds of people, that's.
Well, plus the stories that come out of that, right? All the different kinds of people that have all these different kinds of points of view. And now all of a sudden we've got interesting conversations that happen and challenges and different perspectives and all of those things, right? Is really cool. And and the fact that Netflix as a partner never stopped us or never said anything. It was yeah, let's just keep doing the thing that we think is the right thing to do and keep going.
Yeah.
I was just thinking while you guys said that though, about that question, we should make a character who has like literally no abilities. They're just like a total sad sack. Just like, oh man.
Soccer.
Yeah, but exactly. Like, you're that Jack. Yeah. Anyway.
And you have, because you were mentioning the panel, a Kickstarter that you've launched just today for that.
The pre-launch. So it's
Pre-launch, yeah.
go sign up for to find out all the upcoming stuff, basically. Yeah. Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, the biggest thing about Kickstarter is that it allows us to get really close to the fans, right? So because it keeps us in control of the franchise in a really cool way that that you might not get if you have other bigger partners coming in. But also, it's a chance for fans to sort of really interact with us and tell us what they want, what they think is interesting, and all of those kinds of things, even more than we've ever done before, which is something we're very excited about. And we'll talk more about that in the coming weeks. Like, we haven't set this stuff up. We will tell people as we go when we launch what the actual plans are and all that kind of stuff. But the whole idea is that like Kickstarter is really, really good at bringing together communities, and we already have this amazing community that already wants to come together, and so giving them the platform that enables that and enables the kind of cool filmmaking and animation we want to do. It's just it just was perfect. Like, it really worked out, and that's why we wanted to have them on the panel and all that kind of stuff, because we really believe in the partnership. So.
Yeah, that is really cool. It's not very often that we get to see the creators and cast of such an incredible show interact with the community this way, and I think that's really important for fandom too, is to see that you guys really truly care about how we feel, how fans feel, and moving forward. Did you guys ever expect this series to have the impact that it has had?
I never expect anything I do to have an impact.
I go both ways. I'm always like, it's going to be massive and it's going to fail hard. It just kind of depends on the day and like how much sugar I had.
Yeah. I mean, I think after the first 3 seasons, and we really had a sense of like people being excited about the show and stuff. We had some sense, but I think if you had asked me like 10 years ago, will you guys ever fill up Ballroom 20?
Right.
For a panel, I'd be like, no. Are you out of your mind? Like, no way. And so that was, having people show up like that is just really awesome, and having a fandom that really seems to care and care about each other is really, really exciting. And hopefully we can keep that vibe going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much for chatting.
Oh, thank
with
you.
us.
This is awesome.
We really appreciate it. I love the show and can't wait to see the next chapter and everything that you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so
will you let our audience know how we can find the Kickstarter?
Yes, it is Kickstarter. If you go to Kickstarter and you search The Dragon King, you will find it immediately. I don't want to list out the URL because it's a lot of words. But just search The Dragon King, search Kickstarter. It's on all of our socials, TDP official and all the things.
Sign up for Notify.
Sign up to Notify.
And that's because that's the way you can help the most right now, is just sign up to be notified, and that helps us start to create the momentum we need.
Yeah.
It also means you'll get notified as
Right,
soon as
you'll
the
get
new
all the cool
trailer
stuff.
comes out.
Yeah.
We do have a first trailer for The Dragon King coming out really soon.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
so the Kickstarter people who have signed up will be the
Very first to
notified
know. Yeah, exactly.
seconds before
Instantly.
it goes live. Instantly? I don't even know.
Yeah. Speed
The
of light.
technology is, yes.
Yeah, that's how the internet works.
Yeah.
It's
Phenomenal.
incredible.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I will send you a
Yeah.
DVD as soon as
Let me fax this DVD on over.
Let me send a
sent by
carrier
Dragon.
pigeon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Carrier pigeon will be on the
Yeah,
way.
exactly.
A crow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Crow Lord. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you
It
guys.
was a great
Thank you. It was
conversation.
awesome. Thank you.
you.
Awesome.